Hi, my name is Nick Spindle, and I'm an instructor for the Maine Primitive Skills School. Welcome to the Friction Fire series. Today, I will be demonstrating the bow drill. We consider the bow drill the primary friction fire technique. Though it's complicated, it is the most reliable in inclement weather. The components of the bow drill, first, are the bow. The bow should be about from armpit to fingertip length. It should have a slight curve to it. The bow is a very personal piece of equipment, so a lot of people like a straight bow, a lot of people like a really curved bow, but I would start out with a slightly curved bow about like this. For this time, we're using rawhide cord from white-tailed deer for the cord. We can use parachute cord, we can use dogbane, milkweed, rootlets. There's a lot of different things, but as far as primitive cord goes, rawhide's about the best you can get. The next piece is a top piece. Some people call it a top rock or a socket. You can use hardwood, shell, you can use bone. This is a nice rock one that was packed out with another rock primitively. It's one of my favorites. It's got to fit comfortably in your hand. Next piece is the board. It should be about an inch thick. This is made out of nice white cedar. One way to test if it's good is you can dig your thumbnail right into the wood, and if you can leave a decent mark, then it's a pretty good piece of wood. It's got to be dry. It's got to be dead. It's got to be long enough so that your foot can rest comfortably on it. The next piece is your spindle. It should be made of about the same type of wood as your board, at least the same density, if not the same species. This again is cedar. It should be about hang loose, which is about 8 inches long, and should be about the width of your thumb. The last and final piece, which is also very important, is your Tinder Bundle. This is some nice moss that will flame up, and then in the center it's called coal extender, and we have punky wood here. You can also use cattail fluff, cedar bark, milkweed fluff, and many other materials. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wind my spindle into the bow. I'm going to use both hands. I'm going to crank it in. It should be kind of difficult to go in there, and when I let go it should want to flip out like that. That lets you know you've got good tension so it doesn't slip on the spindle. Once it's in, I want to make sure that it's on the outside of the bow as opposed to this, which is not what you're looking for. You want something more along the lines of this. And obviously you want the top of the spindle to be on the top and the bottom to be on bottom. I'm going to move into position. I'm going to put my non-dominant foot, which for me is my left foot, as close to the hole as I can without melting my shoe. I'm then going to place the spindle into the hole, put the top rock on top, bracing it really heavily against the shin. This is the most important part. This is what most people get wrong, is they really need to lean forward, brace this wrist against the shin. My back leg is in line with my foot. If it wasn't in line and I tried to go back, I wouldn't be able to use the full length of my bow because it would be blocked by my leg. So like I said, in line, leaning forward, ready to go. So now that I got my position all set up, I'm going to make sure that I have a coal catcher or a welcome mat underneath my board. That's going to catch my coal and make it easy to transfer it to my Tinder Bundle. It's also going to keep my coal dry. It's going to keep it warm so the ground doesn't sap the heat out of it. It's also going to keep my fireboard nice and dry if the ground's wet. So I'm going to start out nice and slow, get the feel for it. What I'm going to do is go nice and slow, not waste my energy, and fill up that notch with dust. Then once it's full, I'm going to give it everything I got, heat it up, and create a coal. Now that I've got a coal, I'm going to be nice and calm. I'm not going to freak out. Supporting my board. I'm going to place my set, especially the spindle, nice dry spot. Use a twig to help remove the board. The key thing is not to panic. Giving it some of my extra dust, giving it some air, letting the coal grow stronger, letting me catch my breath. Once I'm pretty sure that's a good coal, I take my Tinder Bundle, which has got some nice dry moss, some punky wood, and some beech leaves. Keeping all that extra dust. And there you have it.